Perfect image, Q.
If it's not in 4K resolution, I can't agree with you. Hi, I'm Kevin from the SDP, and this is the 007 Diamond Jubilee. Our story starts in East Berlin, where Agent 009 dies just after delivering a fake Fabergé egg to the British Embassy. When the real thing goes on auction in London, 007 tracks the buyer to India and discovers a plot by the all-female Octopus cult to smuggle Russian jewelry across the Iron Curtain. Meanwhile, a rogue Soviet general seeks to detonate a nuclear bomb in a West German airbase, frighten NATO into disarmament, and invade Europe through conventional warfare. How are these two plots related? Well, you'll just have to buy the movie to find out. See, I'm doing my part to promote the original release.
Spend the money quickly, Mr. Bond.
The film's namesake, Octopussy, which refers to the pet name given to her by her father and from her pet octopus, so don't get any ideas. Anyway, Octopussy is a jewelry smuggler, businesswoman, and the leader of an all-female cult. Her backstory, dealing with how she got into the smuggling business and what she's doing with an all-female cult of millions, is dumped in one big load of easily forgettable exposition, and as such otherwise inconsequential. Working under her is Miss Magda, and due to her prominence in the first act of the film, it's easy to mistake her as the leading lady. And now for the non-romantic allies, including Vijay, Bond's contact from MI6's Indian branch. As his actor is a professional tennis player in real life, he uses a tennis racket as a weapon during the motor trike chase earlier in the film, because funny. Also, to identify himself to 007 in an early scene, Vijay plays a few notes from the James Bond theme. Do you hear that? That's the sound of the fourth wall under attack.
It's a charming tune.
Robert Brown makes his debut as the new M, replacing Bernard Lee, who died after Moonraker, and in many ways extends the persona of the late Lee's portrayal instead of making his own character. Moneypenny also gets a new assistant, Penelope Smallbone, but although Moneypenny's actress did get replaced a few years afterwards, Smallbone was not used for the role. In fact, she was never mentioned again. Canon? What canon? The villains are Kamal Khan and General Orlov. Kamal is an exiled Afghan prince who ostensibly works with Octopussy's smuggling operation, but piggybacks off of Orlov's operation to steal the treasures for himself. In terms of performance, he reminds me of Hugo Drax from Moonraker, bonus points for cheating at backgammon, like how the book's incarnation of Drax cheated at bridge. Orlov, a Soviet army general, seeks to invade Western Europe against the wishes of General Gogol and not Leonid Brezhnev, and their desires of peaceful disarmament with the West. Orlov's paranoia makes him a true madman in terms of both actions and acting, making him one of the standout performances of this movie. Kamal's Indian bodyguard is named Gobinda. He's yet another strongman type, but he does speak every once in a while, notably in the ending plane scene where even he questions his boss's orders to go outside and dislodge 007 from the fuselage. Misha and Grishka are twin knife throwers and KGB assassins who put on an amazing circus act, but otherwise get taken down with little effort.
You have a nasty habit of surviving.
Well, you know what they say about the fittest?
During the pre-credit act, 007 sabotages a military outpost in not Cuba, gets caught, and escapes in a one-seater jet plane with foldable wings, making for a fun scene despite the not-so-dignified entrance and ending one-liner.
Fill her up, please.
During his subsequent operations in India and Germany, he employs a fountain pen laden with acid to escape from imprisonment, 2 watches, one with a tracker for homing device and one with a CCTV display, and a fake Fabergé egg outfitted with a microphone and the aforementioned Homer. Said egg is also the subject of an auction earlier in the film. I won't spoil its outcome because it is that awesome. Also, James Bond wears a clown disguise. I promise it makes sense in context. Sort of. The theme song is All Time High performed by Rita Coolidge. On the one hand, it is reminiscent of Carly Simon's Nobody Does It Better from The Spy Who Loved Me, in style, lyrical themes, and the fact that they don't use their film's name as the title, but this time around there's the slightest touch of a country flavor. And coincidentally, this may be the most boring James Bond theme of all time. All Time Low is more like it. The opening credits use smoke and laser light motifs, and are similar in execution to the Moonraker opening credits, but a tad more vivid and better produced. The fact that a circus plays a major role in the plot of Octopussy should tell you all you need to know about how seriously the film takes itself. And yet, out of the James Bond films, this one has the most complex plot, as there are two separate villains working together for individual goals. As such, during my earlier, less experienced days, I used to consider this the worst Bond movie of the bunch. These days, I wouldn't nearly go so far, although the slapstick moments, which have unfortunately become a trademark of the Roger Moore era, are still present in full force.
Sit.
Yeah. But apart from that, this is another one of those films where you learn a little more about the plot every time you watch it. All things considered, Octopussy scores 60%, a C-.
Easy come, easy go.
The song is All Time High, performed by Rita Coolidge. He employs a fountain pen laden with acetic acid, used to break out of imprisonment. Hey, wait a minute, I just said acidic twice.